Ace1, we have hopeful expectations as Elsie, Sephra, Timi all go.
Very standard bans so far. These are the top picks, or the top selections here for the bans lots of the time. Obviously, getting rid of the Sephra and Timi really points to Pain wanting to get rid of that immortal composition with the Xenial, Timi, and Sephra making it so hard to kill the opponent.
The Nacroth comes through as a ban as well into Fran. That's a little bit curious because I would have thought that they really wanted the Nacroth over for Angra. The final ban's the Mirage, definitely one of Angra's favorites. Richter will come through instead. That's been so powerful on ZRK.
Exactly, and he brings it out once more here. And because the Burad and the Nacroth are banned out, looks like we're heading towards a different jungler, which could be the Wonder Woman. They were hovering their Batman for a while.
That would have been really fun, actually, if they've got Wonder Woman and Batman. They could run the Wonder Woman sideline, Batman in jungle, and there's almost nothing left for Angra to run melee jungle.
I have a bit of a question here for you,
Right.
TJ, a riddle. If Angra's 1v9 and Fran is 1v9, who wins?
I'm not good at math. Thane will come through alongside Liliana here. The Thane operating as the roaming support, almost unkillable. Liliana will be a lot of mid lane damage opposing that. This would be an interesting lock-in. There's the ranged jungle we were predicting would come out from Fran, and Annette is right now possibly the best support.
Especially with those low cooldowns coming out from Violet, constantly providing those tactical fires. I would really like this if they go for the double ADC here, the double marksman at least.
Angra does not like range in jungle. He's going to get that Ryoma every single time.
Well, Angra played as Violet and Ryoma yesterday.
And he didn't like him. He knew the Ryoma, he played well on the Ryoma, he did not enjoy his time on the Violet. Ebuddy, though, will get his Raz by the looks of things, and he really does like that. I think coming out of this draft, I do really like Ace1's.
Well, it looks pretty solid here. Obviously, they have that big force in the front from Yabana to prevent the dive coming out from Pain. And that's going to be very important since they didn't really hold very well against aggression.
No, they definitely struggled against the aggression in the past, and that's what Pain Gaming are going to want to bring to bear. But the Yabana, the Annette, that's a double combo to stall it up.
Exactly. So they have the CC from there. They actually have CC from the entire team. CC obviously being crowd control, the control effects, the stuns, the slows that you have, and they have it in spades. The only person who doesn't have it is Violet, and she's going to be dealing damage from the back.
I want to go ahead and throw out some red flags, though. ZRK getting to play his Richter, Angra getting to play his Ryoma. Those are two specialists getting characters they love. Yeah,
that's going to be very hard to deal with. And by the way, that was the duo that undid Geo yesterday. So if they can undo Geo, then it's likely they can undo Ace1 as well.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
And I had a core, remember? I said you needed your mid, your side, and your jungle to work well for Pain Gaming to succeed. All three of those players got the characters they like to play, with that Liliana coming through alongside the Richter and the Ryoma.
But let's remember that Pain lost a game yesterday. That wasn't a 2-0 that they got over Geo. It was a 1-all game, and the first game, I think, was Geo's.
Yes, it was. It was a very back and forth game, about as back and forth as you can possibly go.
It was our longest game of the season so far as well.
Yeah, it was hard to take a lot from that since it was just so... Well, it's crazy to put in one word.
We've had some discussions about this, and actually we were saying, both of us, that we kind of favored Pain Gaming in that. We thought they came out of that series looking better than Geo, because even though they lost that first game, they lost it so narrowly when they were so out of it in the early game. They fought that back.
It depends on what you mean by the early game. They were behind, and then they were way ahead, and then they were behind again.
The early game is the bit before the mid game.
Right, okay.
Thanks for your help, Matt.
Right, that's what I'm here for.
It was anyway, that game was just seesawing back and forth. It's hard to tell.
We'll go to game. We'll go to Antares Battlefield. We'll go with Pain Gaming and their 1-all record in the season so far, and Ace1, who really need to get off the bottom of the table.
This is the early game, fun fact.
Right.
Riser opening this up with a lot of zone in.
Cuffs.
Yeah, right off the bat, a fair amount of conflict. as Maxine chases down the rest of the
Ace.
team.
Ace!
Tail Dun will be in trouble as Ace continue to press forward. They want this fight. They want Mana Freeze pushed all the way back out off of the first Might Golem of the game. They can't steal it yet because it's reset. Now ZRK's threatening them, and Ace might have overextended as ZRK gets a massive jungle strike in. That was a lot of invade, a lot of pressure, and nothing gained for it.
We know we're in LATAM when all 10 players of the game are on the same screen here, and nothing gained out of that failed invade there from Ace from either side.
And now Pain Gaming want their own crack at it. Be a little bit late to steal that buff away, but they'll keep pressing.
So the issue TJ have, even though this is working out for Pain, is that they did an expert job of leashing away the monster, the golem, but the leash doesn't really matter unless you get worked on the rest of the map. And if you look at Maxid, he took the wave up top, which means that they have the gold lead.
Yeah, and Maxid's even getting a little bit cheeky, pressing in against ZRK. Ace definitely coming out of the gate here strong. They want a statement.
Yeah, very aggressive, invading into that jungle, and they get out without anything lost there. But again, these teams, I really wish they would focus a little bit more on macro. They're losing so much in the side lanes.
Ace, after a hard loss to Nova, certainly had a while to reflect on that. And it does look like they're doing much better in the side lanes here, as already ZRK's losing his lane into the Yabeneth.
Right, Yabeneth, obviously, one of the strongest parts about him is he can just heal up in those bushes. That's helping him quite a lot here.
Side lane,
Ooh.
Violet coming out.
Freezer misses on that charge there, trying to get Echo in.
Side lane Violet coming out, alongside the Wonder Woman put in jungle.
Yeah, that is beautiful there. And we were expecting Fran to be in the jungle, but I like this a lot more. And we already went over this earlier. Side lane Violet, she farms up a lot faster, and you have the Wonder Woman there to be able to provide that early game presence while Violet farms up.
And that's very, very powerful because we've seen exactly how good Fran is if he can get out that far ahead. We've seen how good the Violet can be in the hands of a good player out that far ahead. This is Ace1, it feels adapting to the new meta, but they're in trouble as Pain Gaming push in to steal the Golem. They don't get the Golem, and now they've turned the tables. Mana Freeze in a lot of trouble. The Bracelet stun will come through. Laughing Gas is deployed. Echo dives all the way into the fight. It's 1v4 and far too aggressive, but the Nature's Realm is here. It's over-aggressive. Maxine gets nothing. E-Buddy does land the trade. It's 1-1 as Angara falls. A positive trade perhaps, but ZRK wants more. He'll dive. Fran doesn't land the jungle strike. The Mark of the Hunter will finally find the kill, and ZRK is looking for the disengage.
Key fighting does not stop in Latin America. They continue to push it. Finally, Pain will disengage. Oh my goodness, that fight started with Freezer and his passive there, TJ. I don't know if this is okay for the cast, but I call him Big Butt Thade because he's so hard to take down.
No, it's not okay on a personal level.
I'm sorry.
Pain Gaming will go for this Abyssal Dragon. They want to be able to build out the gold lead, and they will get it.
In any case, he took on the entire team and did not fall. Because of that passive provides him 20% damage resistance and healing once he gets low over 4 seconds. And that means that you should never focus down a Thane.
Thane is just so terrifying because of that extra regen. Better than maybe anyone other than Yabeneth.
Right, he's so hard to take down in that particular situation, except for the Nature's Realm, like you mentioned. And that's what makes him so good at just being in that front line. You don't even want to deal with him.
Pain Gaming continuing to push forward, though, bullying Ace out of their jungle. Maxine, who tries to get through the flank, needs to now spend the Nature's Realm to do exactly that, staying alive in the middle of the fight, but he's done that. Hurricane Ball as well, splits up the Pain attack. They've got Angra. Fran's going to come in as quick as he can, and no response for Pain Gaming as they're finally punished on the push.
Well, punished. Are they punished, though? 4v5. Look at the bottom lane there. Joker getting a tower. I think that's worth it.
Maxine may go down as well. ZRK's narrowly not able to get it.
I would like to see Pain continue to do this. Go with a 4. What is that win, Cubs? That was bizarre to say the least.
Echo. Somehow, Ace is actually not losing their jungle too badly. Like, Pain have been living in it, but Echo just somehow keeps cheekily stealing away the golems that are being taken.
It helps when you can somehow win cups everything on the map. I'm not really sure how Mithy was able to do that. But again, I like what Pain Gaming is doing. Send a few members in, scare them away, and then take the waves and start taking towers. If you can force 3v4s in which you can disengage, that means you're getting advantages on the other side of the map.
I am very perplexed by the fact that Echo is still doing really well in farm. I like don't know how that's happening.
Well, she's trying to pick up as much as she can, using that Last of Truth to her advantage. But like you're... Oh, never mind. Max D, a little bit of trouble.
Ryzer will come through. They don't have the damage here, but Angra will continue to whittle away. The Nature's Realm is spent, but he doesn't have the life steal. And Daledon is there. Ace, though, they're playing smart. They take advantage of that to focus down the Abyssal Dragon. ZRK is in the area. Should he have the timing? I'm sure he's making the call to the rest of his team. They react by split pushing.
A little bit late.
ZRK is very late. Perhaps some internet issues on his end.
Perhaps he wasn't taking quite good enough look at the health of the Abyssal Dragon. Kind of hard to see from that bush.
Lag time to his eyes.
To the retinas. Took time for the light to go back. ZRK, though, still fighting 1v3.
Not sure about this ZRK.
Well, Last of Truth pulls him back in, says, get over here.
Home out of Frieze arrives, says you're fine. ZRK will now back up and even considers going back in for a second helping. They've got the flank for Angra.
Oh!
Frad's gone! Angra, how dare you? Mythic finds a two-man win cups, but that's insane.
Smacked down by the Wailing Blade there. He gets taken out, and Angra shows him what it feels like to get taken out by the Naginata.
Fran has been so focused down. He's currently 0-3-1 and only at about 3k gold. This has been devastating for the split lane focus.
Yeah, this is terrible. And we talked about it being a good decision to put him there, but not if you can't get your farm.
Yeah, I'd be feeling quite angry. I tried. There's something there. I'll workshop it. Angra pushed back. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Will just turn the tables. Lassoed in by Echo. Not caught out. Echo goes for the chase. Angra spends the punish for the slow. That was so good. He spent the punish for the slow. The frostbite allows him to escape. Echo can't find the kill. Now Maxine and him are trying to duel, and they will be shut down.
Angra has 0 health, and he's still fighting E-Buddy on the res. What is going on, Angra? You have no health.
He doesn't care. He's got E-Buddy. What is this?
You're chasing a Raz who can throw literal fireballs at you, and he's like, no, I have a long sword. Eat this.
It's a very stretchy sword.
It kind of defies physics in a way, but it's okay, he's Japanese. They know technology.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no choice but to trust you as someone with infinitely superior knowledge of Japan. Mana Frieze. Well,
Passive is called Naginata Jutsu, okay? I mean, just way the longsword. Just gotta learn it.
And I think he has. The RK out in the side lane is trying to undo some of the control being earned back by Ace. Ace, though, are definitely in the back foot here as that Abyssal Dragons take away. They have controlled their jungle for the first time in this game, really, but only because Pain Gaming have stopped focusing it to press elsewhere.
Right, and they have picked up that goal lead. It's worthwhile in the middle of a LATAM game, TJ, to get away from the fighting for a moment and try to take account of what's actually happened. Look at the kill score, 9-4. Look at the gold score, about 4,000 lead here. Exhale, Pain is winning.
Mythic, Hurricane Balls to safety. Oh my god, you can't keep landing those.
Echo
Will go in. Nice use of the duo, but Sword and Shield not enough to carry him through, not even after the lasso, and he can't chase the blows. Angra, don't you dare. Don't you dare! E-Buddy barely survives. He'll get to safety. Now Angra is in trouble. The bracelet's done her there, but Echo cannot find the kill. He'll try and retreat past through Maxine, but Echo's gone. Angra actually diving back in despite his low HP in order to finish off the kill. He'll now chase Fran, the Violet. That's right, he doesn't care.
Then neither does Pain. Angra going in with the Spectral Iron. What is happening?
Stop!
Finish off!
He keeps chasing. E-Buddy forced to flee behind the high ground.
Pain, their members are just insane. ZRK, Angra, they're just outplaying them. Everywhere they go, they're such a terror.
The confidence with which Angra is playing aggro right now is insane.
With 0 health.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fine.
And I remember why I loved Angra's side lane play, by the way. It's all coming back to me.
It's like, I have some health, okay? I know you can't see any green, but that's okay. We're gonna be okay.
His enemies are seeing only red. Ace, still in a lot of trouble. They do still have all their high grounds, and that means the game isn't over, but that gold lead is significant.
Maybe not for long, though. Angra is just so aggro. 1v4, it does not matter.
Yeah, constant pressure, and now that Pain Gaming have the complete jungle control, they'll look to turn that round for an enraged Abyssal Dragon, and that should be the game.
Right, 3 members zoning out here, or at least showing themselves on the map, which means that looks like Joker and Angra can take this out.
Do exactly that. The Abyssal picked up. Is that Pain's game?
I would say so, if only just because, you know, they've played this very well. They've shown the ability to close out games yesterday.
Okay, let's recap then. Considering that Pain probably have a significant lead here, what went wrong? How did they develop that? Because it all moved quick.
Well, I would just take a look at Franz Gidier.
Fred happened.
Kinda tells the story, because he is the key here. He needs to not... He has the most gold in his team, but he needs to have about like 8,000 by this point.
Fran will run away. Mithy to take the front lines. Echo very low. Metal and Frizer do dive in. Mithy's gonna be able to escape, but Echo's down. He's their jungler, perhaps the key to their team's success.
He goes down, which means that there's open lanes potentially here for Pain. They do have that buff, which means they're going to be so strong in these team fights. They're going to be able to heal up and start anew on these pushes.
Chance to reset as the Dark Slayer is going to be focused on by Pain Gaming. Pain Gaming, I'm getting flashbacks to that one Pain Gaming game yesterday where we should have ended the game for like 5-10 minutes.
Well, the good news is that was Geo struggling to finish it up.
So you're saying Pain suffered none of the same problems, and this is a simply careful end to the game, not a sloppy.
Right. Hopefully they don't dawdle around with this Dark Slayer buff and actually try to finish the game. What I liked yesterday was they went onto the towers. Even though they lost heroes, they got the towers, and that allowed them to finish the game off.
Frizer will chase Maxine, scoop him out from underneath the tower.
Beautiful.
Angara finally gets scared back, but the tower will fall during that time. And Angara was simply regrouping, waiting for the opportunity to do big damage. Dive in with the pinwheel. He's got one in a 1v4 underneath. There will be the Dark Blessing forced. Angara's very low, but he's gotten to safety with the flicker. Maxine chases, ending Angara for the first time, but the high ground is full.
Maxine says, even though I'm the support, I'll take this into my own hands.
He's done watching his carries die. Now he needs to try and turn more, though, and he's in a lot of trouble as DRK cleans up the fight. The Drake has arrived, and the core is gone. Pain Gaming take Ace1 down in game number 1.
Pain Gaming shows the rest of Latin America how to finish off a game. You go in, you go without fear, and Angra says, we're going to take this.
Should you always try and end a game by going in without fear? I thought yesterday you were like, oh, they rushed in and they blew it. They should have knocked everything down and been a bit safer and secured the win.
Well, Geo showed how to not finish the game, unfortunately for them. Pain shows that, you know, even if you lose heroes, as long as you get towers, it's okay.
Well, it's Pain taking the first game of this best of 2 over Ace1, and this is pretty terrifying stuff for Ace1 now. Team with good players on it, a team we've known under a different name before, a team who should not be getting whitewashed. Certainly, you know, they didn't come through the qualifiers as the best team out of the region, top 6 from Valor series. They should be putting up more of a fight, shouldn't they? I mean, it's better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, but it doesn't matter how long you're practicing, how good your players are, if someone like Angara just shows up and pops off. Because Angara just took over that game. That was insane.
I feel like this theme has been repeated today. You know, they're not getting victories, but they're getting moral victories. Like, Ace1 played better than they did yesterday.
That was a better game, yeah.
Right, they played better, but they're still losing. It's better, perhaps it'll eventually lead to victories, but just like Cream EU, just like Cream LATAM, it's not looking good so far.
Yeah, I think we made the mistake kind of during the pre-game of talking so much about Ace and their potential path to growth. We didn't realize that Pain Gaming hadn't even hit their final form. They evolved as well, and they come in here with it looks like a revamped approach to the game because they're putting so much more emphasis on leading the way with that melee.
Right, and Yoma is one of those hybrid characters that he is considered melee because he has a sword that he doesn't necessarily throw, but it has insane range with the Wailing Blade, with the Naginata Jutsu, with the Spectral Ire, even with, what's the last one? I forgot the flip. Anyway, the point is, Pinwheel, that's the one. He has so much range, and that allows him to hit from so far away. And that just allows them to engage on these fights like he did in this one against Fran. And unfortunately, this is our first loss for the ADC sideline because Fran bungled it.
Oh
Yeah.
God, it's over.
The ADC meta's done. Welcome the Ryoma meta.
This is going to happen every game, every day. So the meta is still being established, is what we can establish here. Ryoma, though, I mean, Angra
Well,
was
no.
not Ryoma yesterday, and
What-
in that game was the game that they turned it around against Geo, so he is making a difference here.
What happens here was a hard focus on the ADC meta. No, the ADC meta isn't over, but this is the first time I've seen someone deliberately target the ADC meta and win. They said, okay, we need to stop Fran from getting farm, and Angra spent the entire video game playing one lane, down in the bottom lane, and it worked so well.
Yeah, Violet was shut down here.
And if you're going to pick
Look, I
three...
mean, look right now, we're at 9 minutes into the game, and Violet has 2 assists.
Right. And if you're going to pick 3 heroes to shut down a back lane damage dealer, it's going to be Ryoma, it's going to be Victor, and it's going to be the Joker who can burst down from far away.
The new player, Deldun, certainly had a good game as well. You can see him here and there just popping through the back of the fights and landing some great burst.
I love how Dale doesn't just go straight for the Muramasa. He's like, I'm just going to go straight for these tanks here and bring them down because I've already dealt with the Violet.
So yeah, the end was nigh at this point for Ace1 with a lot to do now, and they come back again against Pain Gaming. Yesterday, we can excuse what happened. Disconnects, that ruins anybody's day. Here though, 17-5 is how they lose that one to Pain.
Look at the side, look at the damage on the side of Ace. It's not good when it's all even like that.
But I'd like to flip that on you and say, look at the damage on Pain Gaming. It is pretty good that that's all even like that. Because they didn't have anyone they were trying to power farm. They didn't have an ADC that needed to be extra farmed. They didn't have a mid lane that needed to carry the game. They had a core that needed to step up. And if you look at that core, Metal, Angra, and ZRK, it is ZRK who's maybe dropping the ball a bit, but everyone else is leading the way on the team by a tiny amount of damage as it's split evenly between them.
Right, and let's just clarify this. So on the side of Pain, their composition works in a way where everyone gets in and deals damage. So them being even is fine. On the side of Ace, they specifically needed to farm up Violet and then Raz. And that did not happen.
And in particular, the fact that Maxide walks away with this stat line is particularly worrying. Only 17% of the, or actually, sorry, let me rephrase. A grand total of 70% of the team's damage done by him is bad. He shouldn't be doing that much as a Bennett. And only 30% of the team's damage taken.
Right, because everyone else is just dying. Unfortunately, Maxide, he actually was in a position to bait out the opposing team in a couple of spots. He was fighting 1v3, 1v4, fighting with that Nature's Realm, making sure he stayed alive. Unfortunately, there was neither a rotate over in order to punish that, nor was there a push on the other side of the map. And something needs to happen if Maxide is stalling the entire team out.
Yeah, I'm liking what I see across the board from all of Pain there, to be honest with you. 10 assists for Thane.
6, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Defining Angra's playstyle. Yeah, he's leading in kills. He's also dying a fair bit. But
Yeah.
do you see the risks he was taking?
Oh.
It was insane.